I've been a couple times. It's a nice place.
We should go on like a ghost hunt
Yeah, a lot of
adventure in
ghosts.
England.
A lot of dead people happening over in London. Welcome to the Witching Hour Archives, where soft magic meets spooky vibes. I'm Astrid.
And I'm Melody, and we'll be your witches for the evening.
Tonight, we are exploring the Zone of Death.
But before we dive into that, let's take a moment to reflect on today's fun historical fact. So, on February 17th in 1600, on his way to be burned at the stake for heresy, is that right?
Mhm.
Philosopher Giordano Bruno has a wooden vice put on his tongue to prevent him from continuing to speak.
That's what happens. That's what happens for heresy.
Right. So
Can't be doing heresy.
he was apparently also a mathematician and poet, amongst other things. So I wonder, was he just reading poems, or what was he doing?
Something like, "Oh, the Earth doesn't, or the planets don't revolve around the Earth." That's heresy. Burn him. It seems to be common.
So the trial apparently started in 1593, and we do know how that ended. He was found guilty, so burned at the stake.
Shock of all shock, in the 1500s, they found this man guilty. A time known for being very fair towards people who thought differently.
Also, it does say on the Wikipedia page that after his death, he gained considerable fame, being particularly celebrated in the 19th and early 20th century. And he was regarded as a martyr for science, although most historians agree that his heresy trial was not a response to his cosmological views, but rather a response to his religious and afterlife views.
Heresy. Anyways, the Zone of Death. So, I have to start out with some legal background because I realize not everybody is from the United States. So you guys don't know the laws. So we have something, a little thing called the Constitution. Whatever that ends up being.
The we old thing.
Yeah. If you're listening to this in the future, who knows? It could be anything at this point. But we have the U.S. Constitution, and this typically revolves around the Sixth Amendment to the Constitution. The Sixth Amendment guarantees that every person in the United States can get a speedy and public trial, an impartial jury of their peers, and the most important part of today's topic, a jury drawn from the state and federal judicial district where the crime occurred. That's gonna be very important here. So the Zone of Death spans. Well, okay. The Zone of Death, it lies within Yellowstone National Park. Yellowstone is between three states. So Wyoming, which is where a majority of the park is, Montana, and Idaho. The Zone of Death is in a very specific part of Idaho.
I feel like I've heard about. Is this the? No, that's not the meeting. That's not where the. Is that the four states or something that meets at like one point?
No, that's the Four
that?
Corners.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
Utah, Wyoming, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico. Someone's probably died at the Four Corners, but this is somewhere different. This particular area is in the federal district of Wyoming, but it's in the state of Idaho. Not only that, no one lives in this area of Idaho. So there is not a single person in that specific area. Not only that, no one, I believe, lives in that district of Wyoming either, because it's a national park. You can't live there. The specific Zone of Death, it refers to the legal loophole. It's not actually a place where people constantly die. It's only called that because the frickin' news got a hold of some guy's research paper, and they're like, it's whatever. But it was originally founded in 2005 by a guy from Michigan State University called Brian. He's a law professor, and he was doing research on constitutional jury. I believe he had like a theory about a place where, because of how our Constitution is set up specifically, that crime would essentially be legal, but like unenforceable. He published his findings in a law review, and he titled it "The Perfect Crime." Like I said, the Zone of Death comes from media coverage. It's not from the government. It's not from the guy who figured it out. It's fucking snooze. The zone of death itself, it's about 50 square miles, which in non-freedom units is about, them's a lot of meters. Hold on, let's go kilometers. 80 kilometers squared.
Jesus. That is quite a
approximately.
It's
a lot, but like not like a lot. It's enough. It's enough.
Yeah, it's a certainly huge amount, but like doable.
It's very remote. Like I said, no one lives there. And as far as anyone is aware, no serious crimes have actually been committed to test this.
However, is this a case of like if the tree falls in the forest and no one hears it, did it actually fall?
Exactly. Someone may heard this and been like, okay, and gone and done it. Right. We don't know. Because again, no one's out there looking for bodies necessarily. It's not a very like accessible area of the park. So you would have to like work to get out there, and then to be able to find a body after, like to have the equipment that you would need to even start looking for bodies, like it wouldn't be necessarily worth the effort,
Right. Okay.
People talk about the zone of death as if it's like people are dragging people out there and killing them, which is not.
Imagine
it wouldn't work like that because only the murder aspect of that wouldn't be enforceable, but all of like the kidnappings, the assault, the transport over state lines would be legally enforceable.
I can just imagine someone like traveling from like New York to Wyoming to do this. Be like, hey, so do you want to go on a trip? Like, just
yeah, it would be. I just want to preface this: don't do this.
No.
Not only is it stupid, it would be so difficult to actually like get there and pull this off. Plus, you would be committing crimes along the way, which you would be held accountable for. So don't.
Yeah. You will be found.
Like, don't think this is like a hey, here you go. Here's some cool information for you. No, it won't work. If someone did find it, they can still investigate it and they can still find out it was you. It doesn't stop things from being looked into. If they find a dead body, obviously they're going to be like, huh, what about? And not just be like, I can't do anything.
This is not the Bermuda Triangle. You don't disappear.
Yeah. Because just because the courts haven't ruled on anything, that's just because it hasn't come up yet. Because I'm sure if it does come up, if someone does try this shit, they're gonna say no. It's just no one's actually gone out there and murdered someone yet that we're aware of. The reason why it is theoretically, legally unenforceable is because of how the Constitution and those amendments specifically are set up. Is when you commit a crime in a specific place, even if you are not from that place, you are supposed to be tried in the place where the crime occurred. If I live in Florida and I go to Wyoming and I murder someone in Wyoming and then I go back to Florida, Florida is not the one who takes me to court and puts me in prison. Florida's going to arrest me and they'll ship me over to Wyoming and I'll stand trial over there.
Right. Okay.
Not only will it be in Wyoming, if I say I do it in like the main city in Wyoming is called Cheyenne. If I commit it in Cheyenne, Wyoming, that is where I will be. Not in like Evanston. That's another place in Wyoming. The only two places I know are Evanston and Cheyenne. There's nothing in Wyoming. Wyoming has bumfuck nothing. It's essentially empty, but that's a whole other problem. It is very specific on like where you are tried for your crimes, because the people who are going to be in your jury are the people who are essentially affected by the crime. So in this area of Idaho, because there are no people, and because the law specifically says you have to be tried for your crime in the district where the crime occurred, well, there's no judges, there's no law enforcement, there's no people for a jury, there's nothing. Strictly legally speaking, there is no one who can hold you accountable for the crime.
So it doesn't even go to the state.
No, no, because states are broken up into counties or districts, but there's no one in that district. On a very technically that's why this is very technical. And please do not try this. I cannot stress that enough. Do not try this. Technically, legally speaking, there's no one to hold you accountable. I'm sure if it ever comes up, they will find some. They'll figure it out. Somewhere for you to go. Like, the reason they haven't done anything is because it's not a problem. Like, there's not like a murder spree happening in this section of the park. Like, there are still park rangers that go out there. There's still people that patrol the areas. Free for all, you know? It's just a fun little, like, hey, wait a minute, taking a look at this yet? The answer is no. No one's taking a look at it because it's just a fun little
fact.
I can't imagine being the guy, this Brian dude. One, how do you even find that? Like, it's such, in comparison to not only the size of Yellowstone, but the size of the United States. How do you even find that? Like, how do you even notice such a small, in comparison, area? Like, that's what I want to know. Is like, how do you even?
How do you even? Question mark.
Legal research. That's my whole thing. That's what I do, and I can't imagine finding. He must have been the happiest little bean, being like, "Holy shit, I found something." I don't know why my generic American accent is Texas. He's from Michigan. They don't talk like.
What is a Michigan accent?
I have no idea. I've never been there. That's not true. I was there recently.
Oh my god, liar.
An hour.
I did not pick up on an accent for an hour at the airport where there's only Michigan people, I'm assuming.
No, that's not true, because one, it was on Thanksgiving, so there was literally no one there. And the only people that I really interacted with were the people on the flight to London, who all speaking, British. So as far as I'm concerned, the accent of Michigan is, mate.
Fish and chips. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I right now I do formally apologize to the Great Britain. I'm so sorry that I did that.
The Great Britain.
The Great Britain.
The Great Britain.
Yes. I'm sorry. I really like England. I gotta be honest. Fun time. Been to England many times. So don't be mad at me, please. I'm sorry.
That's it for this week's archive. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to follow, review, and share your own manifest with us.
Until the next witching hour, stay curious.